My name is Randy Aranowitz, and this is not a penguin shirt. Okay, this is a shirt that says Australia, even though it's black and gold. When I was a little kid, my mother passed away when I was 13. And up to that point, I really didn't do a lot of traveling or anything like that. And then growing up with a brother and my father, we were able to maybe put a little bit of pressure on my father. And my father allowed us to be able to take a teen tour across the United States. And if you've ever done that before, travel across the United States, it's absolutely phenomenal. We camped along the way and everything, went from here to California and back. And it instilled in me an independence. You know, not knowing anybody on that trip and being a young person and certainly growing up without a mother, it really instilled in me that you had to go ahead and take chances and you had to put yourself out there to be able to talk to people. So as I grew up and eventually got married and had 2 kids, I wanted to instill that same type of feeling that my father let me enjoy with the independence and with travel. And I made it a priority that both of my kids, I wanted them to be able to travel. And I sent Julie across the United States, similar type of trip when she was little. Then eventually when she was in college, she wound up going to Rome and studied abroad and everything. And it was the same thing, the independence of being able to go to a strange place, Rome, and figure out the travel system and how to get there and how to get an apartment and do the things that you needed to do was very important. So fast forward, my youngest daughter now, Stacy, just got back from Australia. Hence the trip, the shirt that I'm wearing here. She wanted to travel abroad, and she set up this whole program herself through the University of Maryland. She was able to do research, and all excitedly came back to me and said, "Hey, you know, I'd like to take the summer and spend 2 months in Australia." And of course, she left it that, "You know, Dad, I know school is important to you and everything, but I'll get 7 credits, so maybe you'll let me do this since you get 7 credits." So, of course, being the soft touch and everything that I am, I let her go over there. So she went over there. She had a great time. She was actually doing an internship for a niche marketing company whose clients included Coca-Cola and some of the other large companies that are out there. She was traveling all throughout Australia. And then one day I get an email from her saying, "Dad, I just booked a trip to New Zealand." I was like, wow, okay, that sounds interesting. You know, have fun, enjoy, whatever. She flies, I don't know, about 6 hours or so to get to New Zealand. And it was probably maybe about 3 days later, I get another text from her. And in the text is a video. And I hit this button, and I see her jumping out of a plane. She went to New Zealand with a couple of friends to do skydiving. So there's GoPro video of her. She's up in the plane. She's strapped in tandem with somebody who is about this big. My daughter's probably this big. So this other person's smaller than her, wrapped in tandem and everything. And there's video of her in the plane. They're up 15,000 feet. There's no door. And the girl says, "Okay, go ahead, sit down, dangle your feet out of the plane." And I was like, okay. So she sits down. And the girl she's strapped to says, "On 3, we're going to roll out of the plane." So she goes 1 and pushes my daughter out of the plane. Now, just before they did that, the cameraman went out. So he's floating down. And there's video of my daughter screaming her head off as she was pushed out of the plane going down. She composes herself. There's video of her going from being petrified in what was happening to being calm, enjoying it. For 60 seconds, she went and floated free fall. And then it was about 6 minutes with the parachute. And then there's her landing and everything on here. So the moral of the story is, it's a way to be able to be independent, and that's something that I think I have helped instill in my kids.